Hey guys, okay, 2 important hormones that your doctor is not necessarily going to tell you about, but are really important for weight loss. Here we go. First of all, I just want to say I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. This is purely for information only. Okay, let's dive in. So first hormone that you really want to pay attention to, especially if you have 15 or more pounds to lose for weight loss, is leptin. Leptin is your satiety hormone. That means that it tells your brain that you're full or satiated or satisfied, right? So it's a hormone that is released from your adipose tissue, from your fat tissue. The more fat you have on your body, and it's the white fat, not the brown fat. The brown fat's the active fat. The white fat is the fat that most of us have, but that's the fat that releases the hormone leptin. The more fat you have, the more leptin you have. Now, you could get into a situation where you have leptin resistance. So if you're somebody that feels like they're never full or they're never satisfied, you eat a big meal and it's a meal that's composed of protein and carbohydrates and vegetables and healthy fats, and a couple hours later, you're hungry, 2 hours or less later, if you're hungry and your brain is telling you you're hungry or you're looking for stuff or your stomach's growling, you may have something called leptin resistance. And what's happening is you've got too much leptin being released from your adipose tissue and your brain is just overloaded. It's kind of like an alcoholic. You just need more and more food for your brain to feel satisfied. What happens is when you lose fat and when you lose weight, the leptin's going to go down. So all you really need to do, easy to say, not so easy to do, I know, is to lose fat. And so building muscle, losing fat is going to help you with that leptin resistance, and it's going to help you feel like, because I get a lot of people coming to me and saying that they are never full or they don't have an off switch. If that's you, you could have too much leptin. Now, you can go to a doctor and get that checked, but you don't have to spend the money or ask your doctor to do that. If you are somebody who feels like they're never full or they don't have an off switch, you probably have leptin resistance. And the only way to help that is not to take any kind of supplements or medication. You have got to lose the weight, and you can do it. But here's the second hormone that is going to cause a problem if you're trying to lose weight. And that hormone is called insulin. And that's a hormone that a lot of people know about. I highly suggest you going out and getting that test from your doctor. They're going to tell you that you don't need that test. I'm going to tell you to push back a little bit, and it's all over the internet. All your favorite people on the internet, Dr. Mark Hyman, Cynthia Thurlow, all the gurus out there will tell you, get your insulin tested. It's called fasting insulin, because if your insulin is too high, that will cause you to be hungry all the time, and will also cause you not to lose weight. Insulin is also called your fat storage hormone. So I don't care if you're having 500 calories a day, eating ice all day. I get this all the time. Still not losing weight. If you cannot lose weight, you probably have something called insulin resistance, which again is similar to leptin, which is too much insulin is being pumped out from your pancreas and your body is not getting the message to use your fat as fuel, which is a really important part of losing weight. So if you can't lose weight and you're in a calorie deficit, usually in the beginning when you're in a calorie deficit, you can lose weight. But if you're in a weight loss plateau and you've been dieting for a long time, it's going to be time to look into something else that's going to help you, whether it be keto, intermittent fasting. You're not fat adapted, which means you're not using your fat as fuel. That's related to insulin because insulin's too high. You got to bring that down. It's related to blood sugar. So the first thing to do really is to get your blood sugar, your fasting blood sugar checked. If that is in the 90s or higher, you likely are pumping out a lot of that hormone insulin in order to bring that blood sugar down. It's very, very dangerous for your body to have too much blood sugar floating around in the blood, right? Or too much glucose floating around in the blood. And insulin's job, one of its jobs, is to bring down that blood sugar and pump it out into different areas. If you have too much insulin, it's not going to do that, or it's just going to throw that glucose into your fat tissue and you're just going to gain weight. So part of losing weight is going to be switching over metabolically to a fat burning state. There's a bunch of different ways you can do that. One of them is intermittent fasting, like I mentioned. Another is to be on keto. Why keto? Because keto introduces a higher fat diet Not going to get too into keto here, but I'll give you the basics. It introduces a higher, healthier fat content. And what that will do is sort of get your body used to needing to burn fat as fuel. It's called fat adapted. You'll signal to your body that you want to use the fat as fuel. And if you've got 15 or more pounds to lose, you do want to use that fat as fuel, right? You don't want to just be a sugar burner. So turning into a fat burner is going to be really important to bring down that insulin. And insulin is a really, really easy thing you can test. You want to do it fasted. So you want to do a fasting insulin test. You can either pay for it yourself if your doctor won't do it, or you can ask your doctor. So if you're insulin resistant, if you're obese, if you cannot lose weight, if you're in a weight loss plateau, you can ask your doctor to do a fasting insulin test. And that will tell you, again, it's just a number. If you are in a weight loss plateau, you know you're probably insulin resistant, right? And so you want to bring that insulin number down. That is going to take a lot of patience, you guys, because you're not going to lose any weight until you start bringing that blood sugar down. When you bring that blood sugar down, fasted or consistent blood or A1C, your insulin will come down because your insulin's only pumping out enough insulin to bring that blood sugar down. It's trying to help you. So what I'm saying is help your body do what it wants to do. Your body has several hormones that want to help you. One of them is leptin. It's that satiety hormone. Push through that hunger a little bit. So if you have weight to lose and you're still feeling hungry, it's going to take a little bit of willpower in the beginning to push through that hunger. Now, if you're about to pass out, obviously don't do that. You want to eat, so you'll baby step it, right? A headache, gonna have to tolerate a little bit of headache. You might be dehydrated. You could try drinking electrolytes, but pushing through that hunger a little bit is gonna help you with both of those hormones, bringing down that leptin as you reduce your fat. You want to burn that fat as fuel. So those two hormones are connected in the sense that burning your fat as fuel will also bring down leptin. It's going to be really important to do some cardio, some weightlifting to increase your muscle mass. That will help you with both of those hormones. Really, really two important hormones, to pay attention to when you're trying to lose weight. I'm just going to wrap up by saying, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. I release videos every week. And for more videos, you can watch anything that's on here. Click subscribe and keep watching. Thanks.